Now I am honored to present the 2020 Dean's Awards for Research and Creativity and for Teaching. This is a $2,500 award presented to 3 faculty members who have produced the highest quality research as a creative activity over the last several years. Each college and school is eligible to submit 1 nominee, with Addran College eligible to submit 2 due to their size, 1 each from the humanities and 1 from the social sciences. All nominees must have been a full-time tenured or tenure-track faculty member at TCU for a minimum of 5 years, and their research creative activity must have been recognized nationally or even internationally. This year's nominees for the Dean's Award for Research and Creativity are Dr. Greg Friedman, Chair of the Mathematics Department, College of Science and Engineering; Dr. Sarah Quebec Fuentes, College of Education; Dr. William Gibbons, School of Music, College of Arts; Dr. Hanan Hamad, Department of History, Addran College of Liberal Arts; Dr. David Messner, Addran College of Liberal Arts; Dr. Julie O'Neill, Strategic Communication in the Bob Schieffer College of Communication; Dr. James Petrovich, Department of Social Work, Harris College of Nursing and Health Sciences; Dr. Abby Shipp, Management and Leadership in the Neely School. The winners of the Dean's Award for Research and Creativity are Dr. Greg Friedman, College of Science and Engineering; Dr. William Gibbons, College of Fine Arts; and Dr. Abby Shipp, the Neely School of Business. Congratulations. The Dean's Teaching Award is presented to 3 faculty members who are voted on by their peers for dedicated teaching excellence. Nominees must have been a full-time faculty member at TCU for a minimum of 5 years and must have shown a particular dedication to teaching and teaching-related activities. Each college and school is eligible to submit 1 nominee, with again Addran being eligible to submit 2. Each recipient receives a $2,500 cash award. This year's nominees for the Dean's Award for Teaching are Dr. Robert Biddle, the College of Science and Engineering; Dr. Jean Marie Brown, the Bob Schieffer College of Communication; Dr. Janice Cobb, the Neely School of Business; Dr. Sally Fortenberry, the College of Fine Arts; Dr. Lynn Jackson, Harris College of Nursing and Health Sciences; Dr. Stacy McCormick, the Addran College of Liberal Arts; Dr. Cynthia Savage, the College of Education; Dr. Carol Thompson, Addran College of Liberal Arts. The winners of the Dean's Award for Teaching are Dr. Jean Marie Brown, Assistant Professor of Professional Practice and Director of Student Media, the Journalism Department in the Bob Schieffer College of Communication; Dr. Cynthia Savage, Associate Professor of Professional Practice and Associate Dean of Undergraduate Studies in the College of Education; and Dr. Carol Thompson, Professor, Department of Sociology and Anthropology in the Addran College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. Congratulations. Now it is my pleasure to present this year's Wassenich Award for Mentoring in the TCU Community. This award was established by Mark and Linda Wassenich to recognize and celebrate people in our community who have the characteristics of mentors. Mark's father, Paul Wassenich, and Linda's mother, Vera Stephenson, were students at TCU in the early days of the Great Depression. They benefited greatly from being mentored by people the likes of Edwin Elliott, Professor of Economics, and Colby Hall, Dean of the University and Dean of Bright College of Divinity. Mark's parents, Paul and Ruth Wassenich, carried on the tradition of mentoring during their careers at TCU as a religion professor and catalog librarian, respectively. The Wassenich Award carries a cash value of $3,000, and nominees receive $750 each. 4 finalists were selected this year by the awards committee, which was charged with reviewing scores of nominations from students and alumni. Here are this year's finalists: Dr. Gary Akaraju, Department of Biology, College of Science and Engineering; Dr. Joanne Green, Department of Political Science, Addran College of Liberal Arts; Ms. Kim Turner, Director of Student Activities in the Brown-Lupton University Union; and Dr. Wendy Williams, the John V. Roach Honors College. One of their mentees writes that the 2020 Wassenich Award winner won't hesitate to take a genuine interest in the people around them, where they come from, what impresses them, and what they're working towards. They encourage me to be curious about the world around me and to never stop learning new things. Another mentee shared, What I love most is that regardless of award or acclaim, I'm certain that they will continue to mentor students for the rest of their life. Mentorship is a foundational part of their purpose and as an academic, and it has brought vitality to the work that they do. I'm a better person for having been mentored by them, and TCU is a better university because of their presence. Another colleague writes, while their laurels as a scientist speak volumes about intellectual prowess, it is their ability to inspire and elevate students to realize their potential that really sets them apart from others. Unsurprisingly, a number of alumni visiting the Metroplex always find time to reconnect with the advisor, mentor, and lifelong friend they have in Dr. A. It is now my honor and privilege to present the 2020 Wassenich Award for Mentoring in the TCU community to Dr. Giri Akkaraju, Professor and Chair of the Department of Biology, College of Science and Engineering. The Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Award is an annual award created to honor the challenging task of further transforming our community into one that not only celebrates our mission and also creates a world-class university, building on a heritage of inclusion. These individuals will be recognized for providing TCU with the critical voices necessary for change and for their sustained actions to transform TCU by making it an even more diverse, equitable, and inclusive institution. A photo gallery of recipients will be on display in the Mary Couts Burnett Library. I want to recognize this year's finalists: Dr. Nada Elias Lambert, Harris College of Nursing and Health Sciences; Ms. Martha Gonzalez, Human Resources; Dr. Zorana Jones, School of Interdisciplinary Studies; and Mr. Adam McKinney, College of Fine Arts. It is my honor and privilege to present the 2019 Diversity, Equity, Inclusion Award to Mr. Adam McKinney, Assistant Professor of Dance in the College of Fine Arts. In the nomination form, Adam received accolades for leading campus-wide conversations on healing and community, and for his involvement in the Fort Worth arts community on issues of race, justice, equality, and healing. From Elizabeth Gillespie, she says his anti-racism and anti-oppression work is steeped in experience, pedagogy, and research, and flows in, through, and between every moment and every interaction he has. Because of this, he engages everyone around him in discovery in both formal and informal, conscious and unconscious ways. He is truly extraordinary. From John Singleton, from Adam, I learned that tiny, consistent things can be the platform on which big things can be built. Each time we have gone to Rwanda, Adam returns with perhaps 30 or 40 new words or phrases that he has learned from Kinya-Rwandan, which is their language. Through this beautiful gesture, he has taught our TCU students how to tell others, I love you and I respect you. You're with me when I am not here, without having to use a translator. He is a great emissary to the work of TCU, and I'm happy to have been able to work alongside him. One of his students shares that he recognizes how everyone's differences, creative minds, and souls inform our lives. He uses the thoughts and understandings of the world in conjunction with the knowledge of how race, specifically, informs our lived experiences to appreciate how our differences make us widely brilliant. Kudos to Adam, and congratulations to all the nominees. You inspire all of us. Now I invite you to say a few words to our audience.
I would like to thank the university for the great honor of being the 2019 recipient of the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Award. Thank you, Chancellor Boschini, Provost Dahlberg, College of Fine Arts Dean Gibson, Director of the School for Classical and Contemporary Dance, Elizabeth Gillespie, my colleagues and students. Thank you all for entrusting me with this wonderful recognition. I am pleased to be included among such an accomplished list of finalists. I would most like to thank, though, my husband, Daniel Banks, who has remained by my side with patience and virtue, love and support, generosity and integrity. Thank you, dear Daniel, for your attention as we lead this work together. As an artist and dance researcher, my work looks back to history to remember, to literally and figuratively put back together its pieces in hopes of making sense of the past to make meaning in the present. I am reminded of the West African proverb, "Until lions have their own historians, the tale of the hunt will always glorify the hunter." I think about history and the repercussions of memory. What happens if we actually remember? What truths come forth? What must we recognize and what must we heal? My anti-racism work and action to remember Mr. Fred Rouse, who was lynched here in Fort Worth, Texas on December 11th, 1921, is one of the ways I am looking back. And there is a reason why many of us do not know this history, and this is by design. We must do the work together to remember and move forward toward one another simultaneously. I am pleased to receive this award in memory of Mr. Fred Rouse, a respected, hardworking Black man, uncle, husband, and father of 3. At this urgent moment in history, we as Horned Frogs and as Americans have an opportunity and responsibility to get it right. And in order to get it right, I offer these 3 ideas. First, listen to each other without judgment and notice our inherent connectedness. Second, breathe. In traumatic situations, we dissociate. Our thoughts, actions, and memories disconnect. We must breathe to calm our nervous systems. And third, seek out deep and close relationships. The systems of oppression have categorized us and labeled us, leaving us isolated without access to one another. And it is each other, in fact, that is our greatest, most precious resource. I welcome us all to move in the direction of one another to create a more peaceful and just world. Thank you again to the university for this magnificent award.
Thank you, Adam, for your leadership and for your words. Now, Dr. Dahlberg, will you please introduce the next award?
To recognize the extraordinary creative teaching and scholarship that occurs at TCU, awards are given to a faculty member in each of the major academic divisions of the university to recognize these achievements. The criteria for these awards parallel those for the Chancellor's Award. Faculty are nominated, reviewed, and selected by their colleagues. The award is a certificate and a cash prize of $2,500. Additionally, the recipients of the school or college awards become the nominees for the Chancellor's Award. Here are this year's recipients: Dr. Babette Bond, College of Fine Arts; Dr. Gary Bruton, Neely School of Business; Dr. Dennis Cheek, Harris College of Nursing and Health Sciences; Dr. Catherine Coleman, Director of Graduate Studies for Schieffer College of Communication; Dr. Robin Griffith, College of Education; Dr. John T. Harvey, Adran College of Liberal Arts; Dr. Barbara McClure, Bright Divinity School; Dr. Sarah Robbins, Adran College of Liberal Arts; Dr. Eric Simonek, College of Science and Engineering. We salute you all. Each year at Convocation, a faculty member is named by the Chancellor as the recipient of the Chancellor's Award for Distinguished Achievement as a Creative Teacher and Scholar, which carries a cash award of $25,000. The Chancellor's Award is presented to recognize both extraordinary teaching and scholarship. The university is proud to honor the ideal teacher-scholar. I call your attention to past recipients whose names are listed inside the program and whose archival photographs are displayed prominently in the Mary Couts Burnett Library. The Chancellor makes his selection from the nominees representing the major academic divisions of the university. The supporting materials for each nominee are forwarded to the provost, who, in consultation with the deans, reviews the materials. These materials and the dean's recommendations are then sent to the chancellor. At this time, I call upon Chancellor Boschini for the presentation of the Chancellor's Award. Chancellor Boschini?
It is a great privilege to present the 2020 Chancellor's Award for Distinguished Achievement as a Creative Teacher and Scholar. I congratulate each school and college nominee on your selection and also thank each of you for the amazing work you do at Texas Christian University. Permit me to share a few bios on today's winner. This person is an exemplary teacher scholar who represents the best of the best among our faculty. They have taught an astonishing 23 courses in their time at TCU, an indication of their dedication to teaching and scholarship. From a former student and a former advisee, this person is the mentor I wish for every student to find, and I know I am far from the only one to have that feeling. I would not be where I am today had it not been that I walked into her classroom. They introduced me to so many of the things I love most, and I am eternally grateful for the experiences I had under her tutelage. 10 years on, I remain in awe of their intellect, the thoroughness of scholarship, and the precision and perceptiveness with which they lead their students. On top of all this, they are empathetic and grounded in reality, immensely valuable qualities that I have found to be far rarer than one might imagine. Without question, this person exemplifies the outstanding teacher-scholar model. From the Dean of the National Gallery of Art, this person has brought their unique dedication to the study of early modern woman to your campus and also has built a strong foundation for the history of women artists while always continuing their scholarly work at the highest level possible. This person is a teacher, a scholar, who shines a light on your university and who has devoted their whole professional life to doing just that. It is my distinct honor and privilege to present the 2020 Distinguished Achievement Award as a Creative Teacher and Scholar to Dr. Babette Bone, Professor of Art History, College of Fine Arts. Dr. Bone, please say a few words in recognition of this well-deserved honor.
I'm thrilled to receive the Chancellor's Award for 2020, and I'd like to thank Chancellor Boschini for this great honor. I'm truly grateful for his recognition of my teaching and scholarship. I'd also like to thank my Dean, Richard Gibson, my Director, Dick Lane, and my colleague, Linda Hughes, for their warm and unstinting support throughout this process. And I'm grateful also to my colleagues in both the School of Art and the Women and Gender Studies program, and of course to my students. Finally, I want to express my appreciation for this recognition of a teacher-scholar who studies art, history, foreign cultures, and gender, fields that are not always at the top of the academic food chain nowadays. For me, these studies have brought joy and meaning to my life since my sophomore year at Northwestern University, when my Italian Renaissance art history professor became my inspiration. A brilliant interpreter of cultural meanings and a citizen of the world who was not only fluent in multiple languages, but also knew all of the best places for ice cream in Florence and Rome. He showed me how to live a life rich in meaning and educational value. I hope I've done something similar for my own students. Thank you.
Thank you for exemplifying the consummate teacher-scholar. We are proud of you and appreciate everything you do for our TCU students. Provost Dahlberg, thank you for your leadership and for guiding us in today's celebration of our culture, our traditions, and of our academic community.